Yep, you clicked the title, and we know it's another top 10 straight after another one, but that video done well, and me and Tom want to thank you.
Be sure to like this top 10, because in today's episode of Nintendo Extremist, we are being joined by no other than SaveDex Gaming.
Hello friends, it is Dave here from SaveDex. Now I make a lot of Nintendo related videos with my wife Sophie, so when Matt and Tom got in touch inviting me to collaborate on this video, then I was definitely on board. Any excuse to play and talk about some Mario games is alright by me.
SaveDex and us decided to list the top 10 Mario spin-offs. Yet again, this is all about opinion, so if your opinion differs to ours, then
we'd all love to see what you would have changed down below in the comments.
With that said, we hope you enjoy. Matt from Nintendo Extremist here.
And Tom, and today we'll be listening to the top 10 Mario spin-offs.
Woo!
Number 10. Super Mario Bros. 35. Among the anniversary celebrations for Mario, they gave us a Battle Royale game based on Super Mario Bros. And it works so well. You play through levels from the original game with a strict time limit, alongside 34 other players. Killing an enemy will send it to an opponent's screen, as well as giving you extra time. For every 20 coins you collect, you get to spin a wheel, which gives you a power-up or clear the screen of enemies. That's the basics of it, but in true Battle Royale fashion, it is insanely addictive. It surprisingly embodies that sense of discovery so few games have nowadays. In a world where games, especially from Nintendo, like to spell everything out for you and force tutorials when you start, there are plenty of things that the game never tells you about. Such as how the levels displayed above the warp zone pipes are actually the next 3 levels it has lined up, not just a random selection. I found things like this out through other people telling me, which is how games used to be when I was young, learning stuff on the playground. Little things like that can add a lot to the experience, and this was a really fun and fresh way to play through the classic game that I've already beaten a million times before. It's just a shame it's disappearing soon.
Placing at 9th, we have Mario vs Donkey Kong, and this video game as a series is quite overlooked, and not a lot of people have heard of it or had the chance to play these games, and it's a shame, but the original is definitely the best and the one we're talking about. It is neither a Mario game nor a Donkey Kong game. It stands on its own as an original platformer in its own right. Gameplay is a mix of puzzle solving and finger twitching, fine-tuned platforming goodness with over 80 levels to play through, and an unlockable expert mode and a boss fight at the end of each world. This is also a pretty lengthy game and should keep players entertained for quite a while. And honestly, I'm not normally keen on dated games, but Mario vs Donkey Kong really holds up after nearly 17 years since its release. However, like you expect for a Game Boy Advance title, the graphics of the course are a bit dated, but this is easily overlooked. The music in this game is awesome, and there's some really catchy tunes. Like, have you ever heard the theme from Minis? Listen to this. Exactly right, it's really catchy, but overall this is definitely a solid title, and I'm sure everyone would love to see a new Mario vs Donkey Kong game. It's been 5 years. When in comparison to other games on the Game Boy Advance, it definitely stands out really well, and well, suppose anything is better than Mario Party Advance. What were Nintendo literally thinking? You're alone by yourself, how stupid is that? If you're going to try this game series, then I'd highly suggest playing the original, or its sequels, and you'll see how good it is. Let's move on to number 8.
Coming in at number 8, we have Mario Strikers Charged. I know some people won't be happy that this has been placed so low on the list, but honestly, it's our opinion, and don't you forget that. Actually, our friend Hive publicly made his opinions clear about it, and that led to starting a fight that will be happening once the UK lockdown is over. So a link will be down in the description that will show you a video that will explain everything. Okay, onto the game. This game is great. It smooths out all the flaws that the original had, giving the online ability and also gives more things to unlock and more reasons to actually play the game. In terms of graphics, overall I find them very pleasing. They are engaging and they give new vivid ways to show the new maps that they provide. In terms of gameplay, it's really solid. One small fault that I have is that the AI tends to be very cheap, as in they're very good or it's very easy. It's very inconsistent. I tend to play people who are really good and I guess get crushed, but still it's very good. Another thing is that despite the fact that you have new people to unlock, there's nothing really that new about them. You get Peter Piranha, who is identical to Bowser and DK, Diddy Kong, who's the same as Peach, and lastly Bowser Jr., who's the same as Wario. So despite the fact that you can get new people, they are somewhat uninteresting, and the only reason that they are more fun to play with than their identical counterparts are their special moves. Overall, this game is really good, and a series that I wish that Nintendo would bring back. Who knows, maybe that we'll have a new game in the future.
Number 7, Dr. Mario. Mario is a jack of all trades, isn't he? But how he found the time to go to medical school amongst everything else he does remains a mystery. I certainly wouldn't trust him to examine me, but I would trust him to keep me entertained with a brilliant puzzler, and that's what this game is. There are plenty of Dr. Mario games released over the years, but I always gravitate towards the NES one, which is available to all Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. Mario deploys the coloured pills. You need to match 4 of the same colour in a row to make them disappear. The stage will have a bunch of viruses scattered around of the same red, blue and yellow colours as the pills, and you need to match the pill colours to the virus colours in a row to get rid of them. If only getting rid of viruses was that easy in real life, eh? The main draw for me is the single player mode, where it gives you progressively harder stages with more and more viruses giving you very little time and space to work with. It even lets you skip straight to level 20, which is where I spend most of my time with this game. There is also a 2-player mode which plays like you'd expect a block puzzler to work. Like I said, there are plenty of Dr. Mario games out in the world, even one where Luigi takes charge, but for Nintendo Switch Online subscribers, you have this game readily available to you at no cost, so no excuses.
Moving into number 6, we have a more recent Mario spin-off. Yeah, that's right, we have Super Mario Maker 2, and this definitely has to be the biggest spin-off on this list. This game lets you create levels in 5 different styles: Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros U, and even the notorious Super Mario 3D World. Really, you've got to think about the level of creative license Nintendo has given players. What's that, Nintendo being nice with their IPs? This video is now in the claims of Nintendo. You cannot make money off this video, and it has been copyrighted. Well, this isn't good. Fuck. There is a big variety of mechanics and objects found within these 5 classes. Everything in the course maker is intuitive enough, allowing you to place a sweet variety of enemies, objects, platforms, items and gizmos onto a helpful grid, with several new power-ups. You can long jump, wear the catsuit, and drive a Koopa car. Yeah, that's right, a fucking car. You can combine various objects to mix up the fun and zazziness. So let's just say this game is really great for trolls. Whether you're wanting this game for a serious challenge, or casual creator levels, or even a trolled experience, you can get this game as both a player and a creator. This game isn't top 5 material, but was definitely a challenger to make onto the list, so I'd advise going and checking it out if you can get the chance. Speaking of Super Mario Maker 2, before we move on to number 5, I just want to get across, I made a video predicting Super Mario Maker 3, so if you want to check that out, it'll be in the iCards and the description. With that said, let's move on to top 5 best Mario spin-offs.
Number 5, Mario Power Tennis. Of course there had to be a Mario Tennis game on this list. This is the series that introduced us to our Lord and Saviour Waluigi after all. And as great as the N64 version was, the GameCube sequel went above and beyond with so much more to do. The basic tennis mechanics are all present and correct, being able to slice, lob, drop, smash through combinations of A and B button presses, with the ball leaving a coloured trail for each type of shot. But as you rally in this game, your racket will start to glow. Once this happens, a press of X or Y will let you unleash a powerful offensive shot, or a defensive move that guarantees you return the ball. This adds a lot of strategy to the game as well as fan service, as each character has their own unique moves. Speaking of fan service, this game is full of it, from a great selection of characters including Wiggler and P.T. Piranha, to that amazing cutscene at the beginning with Wario and Waluigi, to the variety of courts with the option to have hazards on, a DK jungle court with claptraps, a Mario Sunshine court where you can get that icky paint-like goop, and even one based on the Mario Bros arcade game. You've also got the ring shot, Mario Kart style items and some fun mini games to play, all resulting in the most complete feeling package Mario Tennis has ever had. Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces might have the most characters, but Mario Power Tennis has the most character.
At number 4, and just missing out on the top 3 by a little, is Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door is a very pleasant experience, and games such as it are the reason JRPGs are my favourite type of games. The story for the game is about how a seaside town sunk, and all the stories tell of a door, the Thousand-Year Door, which is a passageway to a great kingdom filled with treasure, and the Thousand-Year Door is supposed to be in the ruins of that town that sunk. Additionally, Princess Peach goes missing again. Peach? Seriously, what is your problem? But this time there is a spin. The reasons as why she has gone missing are a mystery at first, and I don't want to spoil the story for you, but let's just say it's quite entertaining. To make things more interesting, 7 crystals are required to open the Thousand-Year Door, and the story is shown from a perspective of other Mario characters, not just Mario, which is always better. Being an RPG, you'll be able to level up Mario and his party members, and increase their rankings. The difference between level up and ranking up is when Mario levels you can choose whether to upgrade his HP, FP, and add BP, which allows him to equip badges for special abilities. And these features are just plain out pleasant to play with, because since Mario RPGs don't come out commonly, when they do they're always a blast to play, and this game is no exception. The art styles and design for the environments are lovely because of the detail and use of colours and atmospheres and the atmosphere they give. For example, the carnival atmosphere has colourful balloons and a bright coloured building and tropical scenery. The creepy environments have dead trees combined with a purple sky. Some tropical environments show beaches with sand and palm trees, and towns near beach sides, and it's lovely. Even the normal looking towns have quaint looking buildings and nicely paved roads. Overall, this is one of the best GameCube games you can get your hands on. There's nothing really negative about the game to speak of. And I guess the reason we didn't give it a higher score is because the story isn't memorable despite it being good and enjoyable experience. It's now time for the top 3 Mario spin-offs.
Number 3, Mario Party 5. Everyone has their favourite Mario Party game. For me, it's the 5th one. And Matt and Tom recently rated their favourites. Check out their video on that to see if they agree with me. Different Mario Party games have their own gimmicks, and I really love what this game brings. The capsule system is in place of the shops you tend to see in these games. Go past a machine and you get a capsule. You can then choose to use it on yourself for a fee, or throw it onto a space on the board, and it will affect whoever lands on it. These capsules could contain good or bad things. A coin block will give you 10 coins, a hammer brother will make you lose 10 coins, Wiggler takes you to the star, and Twister moves the star. And there are so many more capsules to discover in this, which shakes things up a lot and it never gets dull. And what's Mario Party without the minigames? There are plenty of great ones here too. Later Skater, Pushy Penguins, Panic Pinball, Womp Maze, Squared Away, Clock Stoppers, the list goes on. There are other game modes outside of the main party mode too, all hosted by the Star Spirits from Paper Mario, a really nice touch. My brother and I made it a tradition every year on Christmas Eve to play a 50-turn game on Mario Party 5 on the pirate board, starting at midnight. He was always Mario, I was always Yoshi. We had Wario and Boo as the AI, so we always started Christmas Day in the best possible way, by me claiming victory at 3 AM. Sophie eventually joined us in this tradition, taking the reins of Waluigi. Things like this create memories and in-jokes between families and friends, and we have plenty that go with this game. It's why I hold this one in such high regard, and it definitely deserves the spot on this list.
Coming in number 2, and just missing out on a number 1 spot, is Mario Kart Wii. Yet again, Mario Kart Wii has finished second in one of our top 10s. When will the pain end? Mario Kart Wii is one of the many games I played as I was growing up. It's just as fun as the others in the franchise. It has great graphics, colourful sequences, arguably the series' best and most diverse character roster, and it introduced outstanding tracks for the series with amazing music. That doesn't mean that this great game doesn't have its flaws though. My biggest and probably only issue with this game is that it is extremely unbalanced. More unbalanced than any other game in the franchise, even more than Mario Kart DS. It's the items and the fairness of the races that is the distinguishing factor of this game. Let me give you an example. You're playing as Toad, a lightweight character. You've just reached the final lap with your first place lead. Right as you're about to finish the race, however, lightning strikes you and shrinks you, and then a red shell comes from second place, and then finally a green shell bounces off a nearby wall and somehow hits you. And then to even top it off, Bowser drives along and rams right into you and you fly off the track into the abyss below. You're now in last place and have lost the race. Well, I mean, if you're playing as Toad, you probably deserve it.
Yep, what he said.
Although the Wii doesn't have online anymore, a group of players put together their own online service called CTGP. And trust me when I say that this is fantastic. For a game that's nearly 13 years old, to have thousands of people across the world still play it online today is absolutely impressive, and shows how great this game is. But unfortunately, it wasn't able to crack the #1 spot. What game could that be? That's right, the latest Smash Bros. Game is the best Mario spin-off. This game really does cross the line of being a Mario spin-off, because although Mario is a playable character, his name isn't actually in the title. You know what, we'll count it anyway. Smash Bros. Ultimate is fantastic. It's brimming with content, it's got enough in it to make feel like a museum of not only Smash, but of gaming in general. It makes a series that's essentially a love letter to the medium feel like it went to video games. The gameplay feels like a perfect balance between what made Wii U a great casual game and Melee a great technical game. It's also got a really compelling and exciting story mode, but in my opinion it's not quite as good as the Subspace Emissary. It feels as though that there is nothing almost that this game doesn't have. Despite being released 2 years ago, Ultimate is still bringing out DLC to this day, and there are no signs that it will end. When the Smash Bros. Series started, the intentions were to celebrate Nintendo, but now, with the addition of third-party characters, this game celebrates video games in general. One time will tell if this game can overtake Brawl, my favourite Smash Bros. Game, but regardless, Smash Bros. Ultimate is a wonder to behold, and it's a game that every Switch owner should have in their collection. We all hope you enjoyed today's video, and we want to say a big thank you to SaveDex for joining us today.
His channel will be linked in the description. Make sure to check him out because him and Sophie upload quality Nintendo content.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been great to work with you, and I look forward to seeing you again next month, as we're going to do another collaboration of a top 10 list on my channel. So make sure you all stay tuned for that.
With that said, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed, and if you didn't, then make sure
to post what your top 10 Mario spin-offs list would look like. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video by us, and we've been your hosts,
Matt
and Tom,
and we're signing out.